Hi everyone. One problem that I see that a lot of people have with their straps on their backpacks is that once they adjust the straps, they leave the straps hanging loose and it looks kind of sloppy and it can be kind of noisy. One solution for that is something called Ranger bands. And here's an example of a Ranger band that I made. This is about 1.5 inches wide, and so it's the perfect size for on your waist belt. If you have a bunch of extra material that you don't want to cut off, all you do is fold it in, and then you take the Ranger band and you stretch it around the buckle. And then stretch it around your material. Straighten it out a little bit. And now you've done a really nice job of securing that strap without having to shorten it. Another place where you could use a Ranger band is on the strap here that goes across the chest. You can see it's got a real long piece that hangs down here. Well, I've seen places on the internet where you can buy Ranger bands for $1 a piece, but they are so easy to make, there's absolutely no point in buying them on the internet. Depending on what size Ranger band you want, you simply buy, or you don't even have to buy them. If you go to most bike stores, ask them for the flat tire inner tubes that they've changed, and this is about this will give you about a 3/4 inch wide Ranger band, which would be for this chest piece. All I'm going to do is cut a piece of it off. And now I just have to stretch it around the buckle, same as I did with the other one. Now I fold up my strap and then just pull the Ranger band over the top of it. And now I've eliminated the dangling piece, and so when I snap that chest strap, it looks nice and clean, and I haven't had to cut off the strap so that if someone else decides that they want to use the backpack, that excess isn't there, but it's also going to stay in place as long as I want it to. Now, with Ranger bands, you can make them in a bunch of different sizes. This is the 1.5 inch Ranger band that I showed you earlier for the waistband. This one just came off a mountain bike tire. Just take a piece of the inner tube, cut it as wide or as narrow as you want, and there's your Ranger band. That's the one that I used on the waistband to stretch it out. If you want something even a little bit bigger, just go to the store and pick up a piece of tractor tire inner tube. Same exact thing here. Just cut it. And then trim it off a little bit to make it neater. And then here you have a Ranger band that you can use to hold things to a water bottle, or really whatever size diameter you want, you can make it. Ranger bands are very, very versatile. They're just about free because you don't really have to worry about buying the inner tubes if you find a bike store that has flat inner tubes that they'll give to you. They're very versatile. I showed you on straps. I also use it on my knife to hold. I have a narrow Ranger band here to hold my jute twine in place. I have a wider one that's in place here that covers the paracord on my knife, as well as a sparking tool and a little bit of tinder. So you can use them for pretty much anything, and another really big advantage, let me show that to you right now, is that the Ranger band itself burns very effectively as a fire starter. Just light it. Now that's going to burn very comparably to, here is a cotton ball that I had, just a Vaseline soaked cotton ball, and light this. And both of them will burn long enough to even allow you to get some really super dry tinder to start up and to flame. So, as with many things that I like to recommend, the Ranger bands have multiple uses. They really do a nice job organizing your straps. They can be used to hold things to your knife or your knife sheath. You can even use them as a fire starter if you have a flame. The rubber will not catch typically unless you expose it to a flame, but it will definitely extend the amount of time that you have to get your tinder going. So I'm going to put that off to the side here. And I wanted to hope that you really enjoyed my video. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed it, please tell your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And hey, as always, have fun and take your kids camping.